More than half of Jamaicans believe our own government is corrupt. What's really going on behind the scenes? Could Andrew Holness be leading the most corrupt government in Jamaica's modern history? Or is this just political noise? Hey, patriotic internet friends and family, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we dive into a shocking revelation. 51% of Jamaicans believe their government, led by Andrew Holness, is corrupt. But what does that really mean for the future of Jamaica? Is this the start of a political unraveling, or just another day in the ever-heated PNP versus JLP rivalry? Stay tuned as we uncover the truth behind these numbers and why they could change everything you thought you knew about Jamaican politics. Welcome all patriotic Jamaicans. The movement continues. Make we get into it now. Let's kick it off. Is Jamaica heading down a corrupt path? The shocking findings of the nationwide news network Bluedot poll. Is Jamaica's government sinking deeper into the murky waters of corruption? According to 51% of Jamaicans, the answer is a resounding yes. But there's more to the story than just numbers. Stick around as we dive into the drama, the blame game, and the shocking age gap that might just explain it all. Welcome to the latest episode where we break down the key political issues shaping Jamaica's future. In today's episode, we're diving into the latest nationwide news network Bluedot poll that reveals some jaw-dropping numbers about what Jamaicans think of Andrew Holness and his administration. Let's start with the bombshell. 51% of Jamaicans believe Andrew Holness is leading an extremely corrupt government. Yes, more than half the country feels that the current administration is knee-deep in corruption. But what's even more intriguing is who's driving this perception. The breakdown. The poll surveyed 1,246 respondents between September 6th and 19th with a margin of error of plus or minus 3%. And this wasn't a simple yes or no question. Participants were asked to rate corruption from 0 to 10, with 0 being squeaky clean and 10 meaning extremely corrupt. Guess where the Holness government landed? Right at the top. 51% of respondents rated the government between 7 and 10, essentially calling it extremely corrupt. But who's sounding the alarm the loudest? The PNP loyalists. Unsurprisingly, 75% of PNP supporters were quick to give Holness's government an extreme corruption rating. Their numbers came in strong between 7 and 10 on the corruption scale. Unaffiliated voters weren't far behind. 57% of those without political ties also thought the government was highly corrupt. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Age matters. The young, especially those between 18 and 24, shared a grim view of the government, with the majority placing their corruption rating between 7 and 10. You would think they'd be singing praises, but no, not even close. Among JLP supporters, things are split. About 36% of them rate corruption low, between 1 and 3. But wait for it, 24% of the Labourites believe their own government is extremely corrupt. That's nearly a quarter of the ruling party's own base, giving the administration a 7 to 10 corruption rating. Older Jamaicans, particularly those over 65, seemed less worried about corruption, with many rating it between 1 and 3. Is this a sign of trust or just a generation gap? We'll leave that open for debate. What does these numbers mean for Jamaica moving forward? Is this just a political attack from the PNP or a real concern cutting across all lines? According to Transparency International's Corruption Perception Index, Jamaica is ranked 69 out of 180 countries. one of the most corrupt in the Caribbean. Let's not forget, corruption was ranked as the second most important concern for Jamaicans in this poll, and it's a concern that shows no sign of fading away. Here's a summary of the key takeaways. 1. 51% of Jamaicans see the government as corrupt. 2. 75% of PNP supporters and 57% of unaffiliated voters believe corruption is extreme. 3. Surprisingly, 24% of JLP supporters agree with them. 4. The 18 to 24 age group is especially critical, while those 65 plus seem more forgiving. So where does Jamaica go from here? With corruption hanging over the Holness administration like a dark cloud, how much longer can the Prime Minister maintain control? Or will these poll results be the beginning of a political landslide? Do you believe Jamaica is headed down the wrong path? Or are these just numbers in a political game? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into Jamaica's political scene and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. And hey, if you think the polls are just the tip of the iceberg, you will want to check out our next episode where we explore what could be the endgame for Andrew Holness's government. Stay tuned. With these poll numbers shaking the foundation of the current administration, the next few months in Jamaica's political landscape are going to be anything but dull. Here are some questions that you might have and the answers to address your concerns. Question number 1. Why should I care about these poll results? Answer. These numbers reflect the deep mistrust in our government and could lead to serious changes in leadership. If corruption is as widespread as people believe, it affects everything from how your tax dollars are spent to how efficiently public services are delivered. Understanding this could help you make more informed decisions about the future of Jamaica. How does corruption in the government affect my daily life? Answer. Corruption drains resources that could go to schools, hospitals, and job creation. It leads to a mismanagement of funds, delay projects and services that fall short. So when the government is corrupt, you feel it in long waits at the clinic, poor road conditions, and lack of opportunity for economic growth. Question number 3. Are these just the same old political games? Why trust the poll? Answer. That's an excellent question. While it's easy to dismiss polls as politically motivated, this one was conducted by Bluedot, an independent firm that's been accurate in the past. With over 1,200 Jamaicans surveyed and a margin of error of plus or minus 3%, it reflects real public sentiment. Plus, when even some government supporters agree on corruption, it's worth paying attention. Question number 4. Is this just the PNP bashing the JLP again? Answer. While 75% of PNP supporters believe the government is corrupt, it's not just party politics. 57% of unaffiliated voters, people with no ties to the PNP or JLP, also think Holness administration is extremely corrupt. Even 24% of JLP supporters agree. So this perception crosses party lines. Question number 5. What can I do if I believe the government is corrupt? Answer. Start by staying informed and holding leaders accountable. Voting is one way, but so is speaking out, supporting anti-corruption initiatives, and getting involved in local activism. Corruption thrives when people stay silent, so make your voice heard matters. Question number 6. What does this mean for Jamaica's future? Answer. If the government doesn't address these concerns, it risks losing public trust and possibly the next election. On a broader scale, unchecked corruption can harm our international reputation, investment opportunities, and long-term economic growth. This poll could signal the beginning of a major political shift. Question number 7. Can Jamaica really change, or are we stuck in this cycle of corruption? Answer. Change is possible, but it requires a collective effort. Countries with worse corruption rankings have turned things around by demanding accountability, supporting whistleblowers, and pushing for more transparency in government operations. It starts with awareness and action. This poll could be the wake-up call we need. Let's get serious. The government is a direct reflection of the people. We as Jamaicans, we don't hold our leaders to any high standards of morals and integrity. We just quick for point finger say, oh, your side did do this, Yeah, what about your party? Your party did do that too. That's all we do, so we never actually really get nowhere. So meanwhile, we're busy squabble and argue amongst ourselves. Them they at the top just maintain business as usual because the people them not serious enough to say, yo, we demand results. So in that regard, the government is a direct reflection of the people because are the people supposed to set the precedents. The governments are civil servants. Key word there, the operative word being servant. They're servant to the civilian population. So are we them boss? Are we them master? So are them fair take talk from we? I know we fair take talk from them. So we need to hold them accountable and responsible. And when things like them come up about integrity or illicit enrichment, immediately you have to step aside. So that alone tells us that Jamaica is not a serious country. In many first world countries, at least little thing your name call pan, you have to just pack up everything in your box and exit your office. You understand? And those first world countries are also corrupted, but when it comes to public perception, yes, you have to leave office because the optics not looking good. So in that regard, Jamaica is not a serious country. Not even close. When you're a real patriotic leader, you see, people use and misuse and throw around the word patriotic and patriotism loosely. When you're a patriotic leader, your name can't call upon corruption because your job, your main goal and your main focus is to serve the country and serve the people. You're a servant leader, so you're here to serve the people and to the benefit of the country, not to enrich yourself, not to make your name call upon corruption and mix up in a corruption. Your job is to always put the country in a good financial standing. Put the country in a good economic standing. Jobs and jobs creation should be at the forefront of every government mandate. Economic growth should be on the forefront of every government mandate. Education, focusing on the education system, should be the forefront of every government. You're not supposed to have a brain drain of teachers and a teacher shortage crisis in your country. And you realize then sweep that under the rug. Nobody now highlight the teacher shortage crisis where take place in Jamaica. That has been swept completely under the rug like it's not happening. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if Jamaica is a failed state or maybe things not as bad as how me perceive it to be, but 2024 and the country not really move from where they did maybe 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Well, maybe more carried at Jamaica, but or maybe we expectations too high of our leaders. Maybe we expect too much from them. Maybe we expecting them to be honest. You see me? And have integrity and have morals and have principles. Maybe we expect too much from them. Are we asking too much from our leaders? Asking for them to be honest, trustworthy, have integrity, have good moral standing, have a moral compass. Are we asking too much? In Jamaica, they say, if you not go say near so. So go figure. So where do we go from here? Because a PMP, all them do a claw and a fight for power. Them still not have, in my opinion, them still not have no tangible, real policies where me can align myself with. So a rehash of the Portia Simpson initiative, is that the best Mark Golding can do? Is that what he can come up with? I don't know. Me not feel that. We need something significant. Who are gonna be the one for actually serious about crime and actually tackle crime in a serious way? Maybe that would be a start. Who knows? And the reason why we expect so much from our politicians is because we know much more can be done. And we know they're not doing enough. It's like out of 100%, maybe they only give away 5%. If I'm being generous, maybe 10%. But we now get the full 100% what they're supposed to deliver upon. And we care about results. We are results oriented over here. So we not expect too much from them. Then just an underperformer under-deliver consistently. If there's one thing our government is consistent at, both PMP and JLP, is underperformance, continuously under-delivering. Mediocre at best. Poor performance at worst. poor governance at worst. So let me know what you want to think in our comment section, and let's start the conversation down below. Is Andrew Holness leading the most corrupt government in Jamaica's history? 51% of Jamaicans say corruption is worse than ever. Is it true? The truth behind Jamaica's government corruption. What you need to know. Jamaica's corruption crisis. The shocking poll results you can't ignore. Is Holness losing control? The new poll shows majority of Jamaicans think so. Why 1 in 2 Jamaicans think their government is corrupt? Bluedot poll breakdown. How corrupt is Jamaica's government really? The numbers speak for themselves. 51% of Jamaicans call out corruption. Is this the end for Holness? Is Andrew Holness really leading a corrupt government? Here's what 51% of Jamaicans think. Could this be the end of Holness? Why half of Jamaica believes he's corrupt? Is Holness's administration falling apart? New poll shocks Jamaica. One love, Jamaica?